Hi Facebook, I'm Ellie Frost, and I'm going to talk to you about what's the most important thing in your brand, and it's not what you think, right? It will be part of what you think, right? But what it comes down to is I think lots of people talk about tell your story and talk about why, and that is what I'm going to tell you. Apart from it's bigger than that, right? That's not going to be the thing that's most compelling about your brand, you say, because your stories are limited to what got you here. And stories are really useful to connect with audiences because they're a how-to, aren't they? They're kind of like, this is what I did, this is how I got there, and this is how you can get there too. And that's what we use stories for a lot of the time. And the other purpose that's really useful with storytelling is that we can resonate deeply, we can emotionally connect with people through our stories, and they can actually they can understand better that when we give teaching through stories often than when we just teach, right? But your stories are not the most important thing. They are what got you here, and they're limited to your now. Hi Deborah. People talk about your why being the most important thing. That is connected to what I'm going to say. But when people talk about their why, they often get very logical. They often start thinking quite logically rather than emotionally about why they do the things they do. And that's part of it. Your why is important. But when you're doing your why, you see, it gets people in their heads and they start thinking practically. And that's not going to connect emotionally and drive and inspire people. So I'll get to the point now. The most important thing in your brand is what's in your heart. And it's not soft. It's like if you're stuck and you feel a bit lost in your business, things aren't working out, you know you're not doing quite the right things, you've got to get into your heart. It's what's in your heart that's what really drives you. That's what leads to your vision, right? Your highest vision for yourself and your business and your plan in the world. So that's the most important thing to focus on. What's really, 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 really in your heart. And if you tell any story, talk about that. That's your highest vision, you see. And now most people are very shy about that because if they have got big ideas and big visions, they can get a little bit shy about it, right? Because they think, they get all the personal development stuff that we talk about coming in, about who am I to do it. But you see, if you can really connect to what's really in your heart to do, and that's what I help people do, I really connect them into that heart. What is in your heart to do? Why are you here? Now, that's not soft energy. That's what makes you a fucking warrior. If you think about what you do for your children or your family or I do for my doggies or, people you love, that's a powerful energy, you say. And when you get so fueled up in heart energy, and you can just put your hand on your heart sometimes and just think, well, what am I really here to do? Why isn't this working? Connect with what's in your heart. What do you want to change in the world? What's the biggest pain you wish people never suffered? That's the stuff that comes from heart energy, right? And that's the most important thing in your brand or business, because when you've got that ammunition and that kind of passion about something, when you fuel that more than anything else, if I'd say work on fueling that, because it compels people join you in that vision. That's how I'm so passionate, by the way. That's why people can feel my energy. They can feel the passion because it's from my heart, and I stay in that energy. And if I contradict that in any way and I get to you in my head, nothing works out very well. And it's not my stories. You see, my stories are important because I've got loads of stories now and I use them. I use them to do talks. I use them in business meetings. I use them to help people relate to me and to explain and demonstrate what I want them to know or learn, right? That's what I use stories for, but they're not the most important thing. My why, from a logical, in the way that most branding people tell you about the why, gets you to in your head, you say. So your why is the thing, but it's in your heart that's the most important stuff. So I'm talking about using your heart energy, really, to help you solve problems in your business. I'm talking about when you're thinking about your communications, your public speaking, your, social media. Don't know why I said that. Well, I swear a lot. You've got to come from that space. What's in your heart to really say? So when people say be yourself, that can confuse people because we hear that a lot as well from strategists. But what it really means is speak your truth. Don't hold back. Be vulnerable enough. Be humble enough. Be brave enough to get into what's really in your heart. Stop doing what you think you have to do and start getting in that energy because it's powerful. You don't have to trick people with fancy marketing and emotive language if you're speaking from your heart, because you're already in emotion. And that's what people connect to. They don't connect to the logical stuff so much. They buy on emotion, they follow on emotion. In fact, we're compelled, we're emotional beings. It's how we resonate deeply with people, is through our emotions. If you're in your heart a lot and you're talking from your heart and not holding back and not trying to be too clever and fancy and manipulative with your marketing, but you just stay there, you're always going to connect, you're always going to be powerful. So that's what I wanted to share today. I'm relaunching Move Deeper into Purpose. It's the best course I've done so far. It changes people's lives in about 8 weeks. You literally get connected to all the stuff I'm talking about, but you really connect to your purpose. Even if you're already in business, by the way, it's really powerful to do that course. Because we take it to another level, right? And things happen during that course. You get traction, you actually get results. People get clients if that's what they're doing. I've got leaders that transition, but they start actually getting real results, real things, concrete things manifest and happen. So it's really, really powerful. Contact me if that's you, because that is the bomb, that course. And it's not expensive. It's nothing light if you're working with a coach. So I wanted to share that too. Have a great day.